Have you ever found yourself staring at a blinking cursor in Midjourney or Stable Diffusion, wondering what to prompt next? No worries! Today I have some magic AI prompts that unlock whole new worlds of artistic possibilities. In this video, I'm going to share with you 20 more little-known art terms that will help take your AI images to the next level. From obscure styles to unique mediums, these prompts will give your images a fresh, eye-catching edge. While I was creating this video, Midjourney started beta testing version 5. I've added a few v5 images to show you how these styles work in the newest version of Midjourney. Let's jump in with a psychedelic look. DMT art style is inspired by experiences while taking psychedelic drugs. It's characterized by intense, vivid, and colorful imagery, often featuring abstract and geometric patterns, fractals, and otherworldly landscapes. But you don't have to take the drugs yourself. Midjourney has no problem being a bit out there. If you're looking for something a bit retro and nostalgic, try prompting 8-bit. You'll get images in the style of early video games from the 1970s and 80s. Images are often pixelated and blocky with a limited color palette. The images capture the charm and simplicity of early digital graphics. And if you like the blocky look of 8-bit, you may also like the look of pixelated images. The images have a limited color palette, large blocky pixels, and visible, jagged edges along the diagonal lines. In pixelated art, each image is created by placing individual pixels in a grid to create a larger image. You'll often see pixelated blocks of color making up your image. And while you're deconstructing your image in dots of light, try using the term pointillism. Pointillism is an art movement characterized by using small dots or strokes of color to create an image. The term pointillism comes from the French word point, which means dot. The effect will be less jagged than pixelated or 8-bit images. In a previous video, I mentioned that you could add punk or wave to any word to add a cool vibe. Many viewers commented that adding core to words works as well. You can't use the word hardcore in Midjourney, but you can attach core to many other words. Some even are official art styles. We've got dreamcore, cottagecore, or weirdcore. Let's move on to a couple of photography effects. I mentioned infrared photography in my video about color. Infrared cameras capture light we can't normally see. This results in unnatural colors. Skies are dark and trees are pink. Using the term will get you a photograph with otherworldly colors. Midjourney does favor pink foliage, or you may get pure black and white, but ask for full spectrum infrared and you'll get a more colorful result. While we're talking photography, try prompting tilt shift photography. Tilt shift is a particular type of lens often used in architectural photography, but use the term and you'll get a simulated miniaturization effect. The effect is often whimsical and dreamy. The effect is created with out-of-focus bands at the top and bottom of the image. And while we're talking about optical illusions, try prompting for trompe-l'oeil. Trompe-l'oeil means deceive the eye. It's a painted optical illusion that makes it appear that the depicted objects are actually real and three-dimensional, like there's a hole in the canvas. A shout out to Deb who reminded me of this cool effect. If you're looking for an opening in the space-time continuum, try asking for trompe-l'oeil. I like optical illusions a lot, so here's one more. Anamorphic or distorted perspective art is an artwork that distorts in such a way that it appears normal when viewed from certain angles or with a special device, but appears distorted or abstract when viewed from other angles. When prompted in Midjourney, it's not quite what the artist had in mind when creating anamorphic art, but it can give a very cool 3D effect similar to trompe-l'oeil. Ambient occlusion is a rendering technique used in 3D computer graphics. It works a little bit like a depth map. It adds depth and realism to a 3D scene by simulating subtle shadows. Use the term on its own and Midjourney gives you a particular 3D model grayscale effect, but as part of a larger prompt, adds depth with shadows. Let's get a little bit more abstract with the term geometric abstraction. This is an art style that uses geometric shapes and patterns to create an abstract image. Simple shapes and colors express complex ideas or emotion. The images are generally minimalist, with clean lines, simple shapes, and a limited color palette. The results are often colorful and angular. And if you want more decorative patterns, use the term mandala. Mandala is a spiritual and ritual symbol in Hinduism and Buddhism, and is often depicted as a circular design. I've seen Tibetan monks making mandalas from colored sand. Prompting for mandala will give you an intricate, detailed, circular pattern, usually with a symmetrical design. Along with the more decorative art styles, Art Nouveau is a stylized art form characterized by organic and flowing forms, often inspired by nature. Using the term Art Nouveau creates highly decorative images with a lot of background detail, usually focusing on flowers, leaves, and other natural elements. Majolica is a highly decorative type of pottery design. It's often brightly colored and features motifs such as flowers, leaves, animals, and geometric patterns. But use Majolica as part of a prompt and it can create interesting textures and effects. If you want the effect without the pottery, prompt -- no pottery. Staying with pottery design, kintsugi means golden joinery. Kintsugi is a Japanese art form in which breaks and repairs are treated as part of the object's history. It shows the beauty and strength of embracing our flaws. Cracks are mended with gold and become part of the art. Prompting for kintsugi often gives you gold veins and golden effects. If you don't want the pottery, ask for -- no pottery. If you want decoration with a different flavor, try boutique. Boutique is a textile art from Indonesia. Boutique has highly stylized designs featuring intricate patterns and motifs, such as flowers, leaves, animals, and geometric shapes. Use the term boutique in a prompt and it creates intricate patterns. In version 5, you may get the fabric, so try prompting -- no fabric or textiles. From textiles to paper art, try prompting for kirigami. Kirigami is a Japanese word, kiri, to cut, and gami, for paper, a type of origami that involves cutting paper as well as folding it to create intricate designs. In the AI, you'll often get textured, layered effects with the word kirigami. You probably already know what a mosaic is, but I see very few creators prompting for it. A mosaic is a tile art form that involves creating images or patterns by arranging small pieces of colored glass, stone, or other materials. Prompting for mosaic will give you a pointillistic effect, but with more natural materials. And finally, let's end with a couple of out there styles that cross art with science. And with COVID still in mind, let's make some bacteria art. Bacteria under a microscope can be colorful with interesting patterns. Asking AI for bacteria art will give you interesting patterns of glowing shapes and colors. Adding the term bacteria art to a prompt brings the glowing effect, but also some organic shapes and colors. And finally, something really out there, ferrofluid. Ferrofluid art is created by manipulating a liquid that contains magnetic nanoparticles. These can be manipulated with a magnetic field. When seen in action, the result is a dynamic and ever-changing artwork that is both beautiful and fascinating to watch. But when prompting ferrofluid in AI, the look is glossy with a knobbly, textured surface. I'd love to see what you come up with using the term ferrofluid. There you have it, 20 new prompt ideas. Try these new artistic terms with your favorite prompts and explore new and creative works of art. This is the best part of image creation, the exploration. Mix the terms together in unique and impossible ways. Share your favorite stylistic terms in the comments below. If this video was helpful, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. This is Jen at Making the Photo. Let's make something amazing together.